Welcome back. It's great to have you with us on The Full View on SABC News. A new annual event wants to help women find their seats at boardroom tables. According to a recent survey, 20% of South African businesses still have no women in senior positions. It's incredible. The three-day South African Women in Leadership Imbizo will be hosted by KLM Empowered Human Solution Specialists later this month. That'll be in Johannesburg. It is the first accredited to offer various skills. Well, to discuss, we're joined in studio by Lyn Mansour, who is the founder and CEO of KLM Empowered. We're also joined from our Sea Point studios by Siba Mtongana, an event speaker. She'll be there. She's also a celebrity chef and founder and CEO of Siba company. Welcome to you both. Let me start with you, Lyn. So I mean, there's so much research out there about how important it is for women to be on boards. I don't know if we should even go there, but maybe it's worth a mention why this is so important.
First of all, thank you for having me this evening, Francis. It's great to be here. And on that note, do we need to justify why we need to actually showcase the importance of women being in the boardroom? I think this is what it's all about. It's really about getting together and promoting and supporting and to be able to give women another voice. It's women getting behind women and getting them into the boardroom.
And those boards, those companies often perform better. That is the fact. So tell me about the Imbizo.
The Imbizo is about bringing great women who are doing great things for South Africa and who are great ambassadors for South Africa, about doing it for themselves. And so it's a little different as far as Imbizos go, because it's about dialogue, conversations, and most importantly, it is linked and aligned to an accredited skills program called Leading Change. Now, we're all in a change environment. Change is inevitable. It's a constant. And we as women need to just equip ourselves a little bit better about dealing with these changes. And it's not just about the boardroom. It's about life changes, coping changes, and adding our value and bringing our voice to the boardroom and to society.
So companies who send delegates can actually get points in terms of training and BEE, triple BEE.
Absolutely. It is accredited, as I said before, so that means that it aligns to their BEE scorecard, their skills spend, but most importantly, it adds to the bottom line. It adds to the value of productivity, and it equips these women with a little bit more that they can use and make themselves that much more smarter in working differently within the 21st century.
All right, so let's speak to celebrity chef Siba Mtongana from our studio in Sea Point. So the old perception, Siba, is that women can cook, but men become the incredible chefs of the world. Just tell me how you found it. Do you ever feel like you're playing in a man's world?
I certainly am in a man's world. If you look around on the world's best chef around the world, you would find that it's mostly males. But at the same time, if you look at home on who does the food on a daily basis, it's the woman. But you know what it is? This is a question that often crops up a lot when I'm interviewed and asked why that is so. And there's many reasons for that. For instance, specifically in my industry, which is a food industry, hospitality industry, chefing specifically, you would find that often the environment is not as conducive for a woman in her different stages of life. Let's talk about a simple thing when a woman is pregnant, for instance, and she has to take leave, and somebody else comes in, and chances are by the time she comes back, she may not have the same job spec as she had before. She may even come back to something that's slightly junior, or not even that. It might be seen as an inconvenience for her not to be around at that time. That's why perhaps women are not given as much opportunities. So the job spectrum within the industry is not conducive to women having a holistic life, whether they do want to be mothers and also being proactive in a corporate world, specifically in the hospitality world, and having a prosperous career. career. So there are many points, there are many barriers of entry, and it is a norm that men are physically stronger than women. And if you have to compare a woman having to stand the entire day servicing the men, obviously because of physical strength, they are much stronger. But it's so amazing and so beautiful to see that there is an influx of young women like myself, hello, who are really pushing the boundaries. The fact that I, as a South African young lady under the age of 35, can be invited to big events where it's male dominated. For instance, I'm off to Australia, but at the end of the month for 2.5 where I'll be showcasing my food in Sydney and in Melbourne. But before that, I've been invited in Abu Dhabi, we were in Nigeria, in Zambia, in many parts of the world. So we really are shaking and shifting things. It's not easy. I'm a mother of 4 little people, all under 6.
Wow.
So it requires a lot of juggling. And for me, what helps specifically is that because I've got my own company, I managed to branch out and open my own company. I can then curate my time according to my needs, based on my family and based on the needs of the company, which is unfortunately not the norm for majority of women who are in a 9-to-5 job.
So you've raised so many interesting questions, and let me just say I'm in awe of you, Siba. Thank you very much. So Lyn, she says she's got her own company. So you have the scope to curate your own time, as she said.
Yes.
Other women don't have that, and people are talking about this, where you fall off kind of the career ladder at a certain stage, and it's hard to get back on. Are you going to be dealing with those sorts of challenges?
These are the challenges that we look at every single day. People opting out, people coming back in, people feeling that they no longer belong to the great corporate world out there and still have to prove themselves on returning to the business world. So, like Siba rightfully said, as a mother it's difficult. As a woman in a career, it's even more difficult. And when you are in a senior position or aspiring to be a senior, it has its ups and downs because of what career you choose and what industry you see yourselves in. So to help women understand and to accept who they are, to make the right decisions, to make the right choices, because they can. And this is a wonderful climate. I mean, we see ourselves in this exciting time where women are really doing it for themselves, i.e. Siba and the likes of our fabulous guest speakers that are doing it for themselves, Dr. Ilamanga, and it is Kasim Surti, and we have Pandora Mumbai. These are women that come with their story about how real and raw life is and how you deal with it and how you change that story.
So the idea is that women inspire other women.
Absolutely. And as I said at the beginning, it's women doing it for women, getting behind women. And we cannot wait for our male counterparts to make it happen for us, even though that we're encouraging them to keep on driving that forward for us and opening up those boardrooms to us. It's the women who are going to really be the game changers to making it happen for women in the boardroom.
So, Siba, you will be a guest speaker. Just tell us more about the message you'd like to impart to delegates.
Not giving too much of what I want to speak about, but it's certainly drawing influences from my own career and the realness of the hardship. I think it is very important that we need to be real with other women and take away the veil, if I might put it like that, where for instance when we post for instance on social media, it's often everything is very perfect. When people see me on my cooking show, everything is really perfect, and often people don't know what really goes on behind the scenes, the hardships, sometimes being vulnerable and crying because that deal didn't happen, or it's too much, being overwhelmed at a certain stage because you have too much to juggle. And when those women feel like that, they often feel that they are alone or they can't do it, not knowing that we too at where we are holding that fort, and therefore it is okay. It is okay for us to feel like that because it's part of life. We cannot be superwomen all the time. I do consider myself a superwoman to a certain degree, but there are times where I just don't want to be a superwoman. I don't want to put makeup on. I want to put my head up, my hair up, and just rather down and just be me at home and be with my kids and not really care much about the business specifically at that time and be a mother. So I just want to bring a certain form of balance. Balance could never be perfect, but at least it will guide people on how to navigate through their career, specifically those who are mothers or wanting to be mothers and having a prosperous career.
All right, so I'm inspired already. Just very quickly, if people are interested in this Imbizo, where can they find out more?
KLMempowered.com, or they can email us on events@klmempowered.com, or they can call us, but all the details are on our website, and it is happening on Monday, the 22nd of October through to the 24th, and it is power-packed, and it's really about women discovering their truth, finding their truth, and living their truth. I'm really excited about the lineup, the fantastic speakers that we have, and most importantly, doing it for women, by women.
All right, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Lyn Mansour, CEO of KLM Empowered, and Siba Mtongana, CEO of the Siba Company. We take a short break. We'll be back with more sporting action for you.